All right, that's a wrap on the 2024 season. The Philadelphia Eagles are your Super Bowl champs, and we have one final edition of the portfolio review for you guys today. We're going to recap all of the showdown action on DraftKings, all the pick'em action on Underdog, even that draft that Nez, John, and I completed on Off and On the Clock. We'll go through that, and we'll check out the Guillotine Playoff League from the Deposit Kingdom as well. This is our final goodbye to the 2024 season. I'm Pete. Let's do it.
I suffer from a debilitating condition known as atropic chokitis.
Peter's one of the greatest depositors I've ever seen.
Trust the process. Let's go. Let's go.
I got auto matched with Levitan. This is bullshit.
If I just go the other way in that 66, I win all the money. All the money.
If I had 150 lineups, I'd win too.
Process over results.
Illuminati make a bitch go crazy. I don't know which one of these my baby. Bust down AP, coach 5 bullets to your head like KD. Bust it, bitch go bust it. And I had 10 pints with me in Russia.
Hey everyone.
I've seen this take boring game. Are you kidding me? Boring game. The team that everyone thought was going to win got absolutely boat raced in stunning fashion, and people are saying it was boring. I was on the edge of my seat for the entire game. I was dialed in. I was captivated. My guy, BB Meat Gazer, was in the chat saying, you take Eagles minus 9.5 and you correlate that with Chiefs onside kick, and it hit. I went in the Fantasy Life newsletter on Sunday morning and said the Eagles were going to blow out the Chiefs. Put that on ink. And then it came to fruition. Boring? There was only one outcome that would have been boring. It would have been the Chiefs blowing out the Eagles. That was the only boring outcome on the table. Close game, intriguing. Eagles blowout, very intriguing. Get out of here with this boring shit. That game was highly entertaining. Very entertaining. Also, for like, if you were playing DFS or showdown purposes, that game was not boring whatsoever. Because you had all of those 5-1 Eagles onslaughts that were dominating for the majority of the game. And then Xavier Worthy goes absolutely nuclear in the second half with that massive touchdown. That flips all of the showdown slate on its head. Which, by the way, shout out to our guy, CopperPrices. I need to pull this up right off the rip here. CopperPrices, who was hanging out in the chat with us on Saturday night for After Dark, took down $100,000, I believe. $100,000 on DraftKings. Unreal. Let me pull this up here. Let me get this pulled up. Let me get my overlays going here. Let's get down to business here. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. Our guy, CopperPrices, $113,000 with a Xavier Worthy captain, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Devontae Smith, Jake Elliott, Eagles defense. Look at that. I love this, though. He realized the error of his ways. He quickly realized, oh, no, I just screenshotted and my avatar is just this cute little puppy. I need to make sure I get the Badge Bros logo up here. After the fact. Incredible work. Absolute incredible work there by CopperPrices. Now, normally when you win on Underdog, I say you got to keep it in the ecosystem. You can't pull a Corain and take it all off the table. Here's the deal, Copper. You got to take all this money from DraftKings. You got to bridge it over to Underdog. And then you got to get it back in the ecosystem. Why do I have a feeling that CopperPrices is going to be maxing the Dawg Bowl slate today? Why do I have a feeling he's going to be maxing a lot of slates going forward? CopperPrices is about to become a 6-sport athlete. This dude's about to be autoing puck drafts. This dude probably just registered for 150 dingers and pushed the plane. The year of the Copper. Incredible. Incredible. Let me circle back. We got lots to do. I get pulled in all of these different directions. Someone tells me the game is boring. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Boring? Get out of here. A boring game. I'll tell you what a boring Super Bowl was. A boring Super Bowl was that Rams-Patriots Super Bowl about 6 or 7 years ago. What was the score to that game? 13-3. That's a fucking boring game. That was a boring game. 16 points were scored. Let's do some little math. Chiefs, Eagles, how many points were scored? 62 points were scored. Look at Google. Google has the fireworks going. 62 points were scored, and people are in the chat saying it was a boring game. Get the fuck out of here. The over cleared by like 15 points. It was boring. Sorry, I don't know why I'm picking on this person so much, although I did see multiple people say that. You need to expand your vocabulary if that is your word choice for that game. It was not boring. It was lots of things you could say. It was lopsided. It wasn't competitive. It lacked drama, but it was not boring. We got Little Dodger 24. I have never seen Little Dodger in my life. I have never seen Little Dodger commenting on a stream. I have never seen them comment on a video, but all caps, I got third in the gauntlet. I'm happy for you, Little Dodger. I'm happy. It just always cracks me up that there's all these lurkers, and then they come out of the woodwork when they ship something because they want to get patted on the back. That's why I got to recognize my real ones. Like CopperPrices out here grinding the after darks on Saturday night. What's up, Brandon? What's up, Yosh? Nick? Yo, what's up? GM Steven? What's up, HA? What's up, Chunk the Deuce? Okay, now we're going to get into the halftime show. Look, the halftime show not being great, it's not Kendrick Lamar's fault. I hate that I have the same take as Jack Settleman on this, because that's normally not a good place to be within the take universe, is when you're overlapping with Jack Settleman on takes. But the NFL fucked it up. Like, Kendrick Lamar, incredible artist. He is not Super Bowl halftime material. It's like if you went to a concert, you know, and you go to see your favorite band and they don't play your favorite song, right? The people want to hear songs they know and that they can sing along to at the Super Bowl. That's just what it is. People want to point at the stage, at their TV, and say, I know that song. I've heard it on the radio. I heard that in the club. I listened to that in my car. That's all people want to do. Kendrick Lamar, awesome artist. People can't do that to his catalog of songs. It is what it is. I love Kendrick Lamar. I love that album. I love the new SZA album. They're not Super Bowl material. It is what it is. Sorry, I roasted Little Dodger, and then he comes out with the super chat. Man. Oh, man. Thank you, Little Dodger. I appreciate it. And says, love the content. I roasted this dude moments before realizing he sent me $10. I take it all back. You're a real one, Little Dodger. You're a real one. Oh, man. Dude, 7-layer dip hit hard. 7-layer dip was really, really good. We had our 3 sliders. I mentioned this to people on After Dark. Our Super Bowl spread. We made 3 types of sliders: hamburger sliders, chicken tender sliders, and pulled pork sliders. We had our 7-layer dip, and we had some crudité, and then we had brownies for dessert. I'm sorry, Little Dodger. I already took it all back. Seal commercial. Did you guys see the thumbnail? You guys see the thumbnail for the show today? We had to my guy Chris, who makes my thumbnails. He was already working on a montage, and he was almost done. I was like, brother, you got to put the seal on there. Shout out to my guy Chris for getting the seal on the thumbnail. Yeah, I mean the boomer, like I didn't even, I mean, I'm now like straddling the line between millennial and boomer with a lot of lean to the boomer side. I mean, there was no chance the actual boomers were gonna like that halftime show. I mean, on the one hand, I'm kind of like, respect to the NFL. Like I could have sat in that meeting room and told you this is gonna fail. I could have looked you in the eye and said, this is absolutely not going to work. But I respect that you're willing to give an incredibly talented creative artist the biggest stage in the world, even knowing that it's not going to work. I mean, you got to give the NFL some credit. You know, it's like when a comedian has this joke that's kind of edgy and you're like, yeah, that's some really heady material, but it's going to bomb on stage. Like people are not going to laugh at that. And they still march out on stage and deliver the joke to crickets. And you're like, it didn't work, but like, respect, man. Like I told you it wasn't going to work and you still went out there and bombed. That's kind of how it was. So respect to the NFL for just being like, fuck it. We know this isn't going to work, but we're going to do it. I did the whole meta stuff. And this is why the boomers were going to never understand this. Like you think the boomers know about the Drake diss track. You think the boomers know that Drake used to date Serena Williams, who's now out there crip walking to the Kendrick Lamar diss track from his beef with Drake. Do we really think the boomers were up to date on the meta text that was playing out on the Super Bowl stage? Again, it's like the shit I do. You know, you're making best ball, inside baseball niche jokes. And you're like, yeah, the 4 people who get that are going to absolutely love it. And everyone else is going to be in the comments saying, what the fuck was that? It's like when we around here, we say the GM combos, the Badge Bros do. Someone was in the comments of the Off and On the Clock show on Friday and they go, what's a GM? And sometimes you're like, you're right. We say so much shit around here that we just accept as universally understood. And it very much is not. Why am I so fired up this morning? Every single time I do this show, I swear to God, I am calm as a cucumber right before I go live. And then the second we start going, I get fired up. Expendables KOD. Thanks for always touting UD. No one checked the spell check. I'm being such an asshole this morning. 3 bullets in the gauntlet, finished 176th place, turning $75 into $3K. Best fantasy football YouTube channel. Awesome. Congratulations. $3,040. You're about $710 short, not about, exactly $710 short of free rolling BBM. $37.50. Or you could max the Dawg Bowl slate as well. Or you could take some money off the table, buy your girl something nice. Congratulations. Check my replies. What do I see in my replies? I see nothing in my replies. And if you just outed yourself as not following me, that's going to be a tough look. It's going to be a tough look because I don't get notifications if you don't follow me on Twitter. Little Dodger, we're having a really complicated relationship this morning. Jake says, cut the crap, Pete. Let's hop in a big board. This show is called Portfolio Review. We are reviewing something that happened in the past. But Jake, I got good news for you. Starting next Monday at the exact same time, as always, 10 a.m. Eastern, Portfolio Review, like a caterpillar bursting from its cocoon into a butterfly via the magic of metamorphosis, this show will morph into Best Ball Breakfast. And 1 week from today, at this exact moment in time, I will be drafting a big board team, my first big board team. Karane's probably going to try to get me to draft a big board team on Ship Chasing. The Badge Bros will probably try to get me to draft a best ball team. But no, I'm saving myself. I'm saving myself for next Monday when we get in these big board streets. What's up, Angelina? I keep thinking I need to get to my coffee pour. I am going to do it. I'm going to do a coffee pour. Here we go. For the people. I aborted a little bit because I think I only got about one more coffee pour in me. We got to keep 2 in the show. Next week, no weeks off. Yeah, I think so. I think I know I threatened a long big board hiatus, but to be honest, I looked around the landscape of kind of what's going on in the big board streaming community. I need to go full screen for this. I need to go full screen for this bit. Yeah, so about my decision to start streaming big board drafts on Monday. I believe last year I took a 2 to 3 week break. I believe I didn't draft my first big board team until March. Maybe someone could check the chain on that and let me know. But I saw something that concerned me within the best ball space. I saw a lot of conversation on X, in Discords, about a lot of compromised drafts. There were a series of drafts, a group of individuals who were mistaken about how these big board drafts work. They did not understand that it was a 2025 contest, that you were supposed to draft players based on the forthcoming 2025 season. And the reason I know this is because they were drafting exclusively Chiefs and Eagles players in their drafts. And there was all kinds of complaining. These people are wasting my time. They don't even know that the contest is not Super Bowl specific. There was a lot of gnashing of teeth, a lot of crying in the streets. And when I saw that, I said, our fellow best ball thought leaders have let the populace down. They have not done their job. I look around and I'm like, there's people out here streaming big board drafts 8 hours a day, and they have not done enough educational content to educate the masses out there that they're allowed to draft other players than Eagles and Chiefs. And when I saw that failure by these other best ball thought leaders, who I will not name, I thought, I need to get back out there. I need to turn this ship around. I need to bring integrity back to these contests. I need to let people know what a GM is. I need to let people know that there are more players in the player pool than Chiefs and Eagles. And I've heard some excuses for this behavior. People say if you go to the app, if you went to the app and you selected KC Philly slate, it would still show the big board drafts under there. I hear that argument for sure. The thing is when you enter a big board contest, you'll notice that you are actually able to draft other players than Chiefs and Eagles. If you enter just a Chiefs-Eagles contest, you're only able to draft Chiefs-Eagles players. That definitely checks out. You have to scroll past a lot of other players to select exclusively Chiefs-Eagles in a big board draft. And to me, that's so painfully obvious that the only thing I can point to blame is a lack of education by our best ball streamers out there. They dropped the ball, and I will not be dropping the ball. When I turn on the cameras a week from today at 10 a.m. Eastern for the debut of 2025 Best Ball Breakfast, the very first thing I will be doing is shouting from the mountaintops, you can draft players on every single NFL team in the league. Any of them, even the Carolina Panthers, even the New York Jets. I will list off every single team with eligible players to be drafted from. All right. Now that we got that situated, All right. I don't even know what we're going to do today. We're going to look at my showdown lineups. Man, I was actually cooking. I was actually cooking in showdown until Xavier Worthy buried me. Why do I still have some contests that haven't graded out yet? Am I seeing this right? Let me go to my screen share. You guys tell me if you're seeing what I'm seeing. I feel like they're still shitting my live tab right now. What is going on here? Why haven't these graded out yet? Is anyone else having that? Have people not gotten paid yet? Copper. Where's CopperPrices? I need to know if Copper has his $100,000 in an account, because I'm still seeing live winnings here. So that we did do a Deposit Kingdom League. We did a Deposit Kingdom League that didn't fill. It was a disaster. I'm just going to be completely honest. It was a disaster all around. 2025 is all about accountability. It's all about admitting when there were mistakes being made. I'll list all of the mistakes surrounding this Deposit Kingdom Showdown contest. Mistake number 1. I waited until Friday before the Super Bowl to request the league. That's on me. Waited till Friday morning and said, oh, it'd be nice to have a Deposit Kingdom rake-free showdown contest. That's on me. Mistake number 2, the payouts. Mistake number 2, the payouts. This was a 500-person contest that paid out 300 entries. 181st to 300th got a 0.5x min cash. I'm also going to take the blame for this. Did I create this contest myself? No. Did I perhaps not vet it enough before sharing it with the community? Absolutely. In my haste, I just did not look at the scoring. And then on top of it, number 3, I did not do enough promotion to get it filled. I put it in one Discord announcement and no one listened. You know, that actually does hurt my feelings, because if you guys are in the Deposit Kingdom Discord, I barely use the tag function. I rarely tag everyone. You should see my Discord bar. I have 81 unread notifications in the ETR Discord. I have 66 unread notifications in the Legendary Upside Discord. I have 82 unread messages in the Underdog Discord. What are we? And we're getting added all the time. And so all I'm saying is, you guys in the Deposit Kingdom Discord, you have it good. I do not interrupt your workflow with some unimportant tag that often. But when I do, I expect attention. And when I tagged everyone on Friday with the link to the Deposit Kingdom contest, I expected more people to register for this rake-free contest. 265 out of 500. There's like 4,000 plus people in the Deposit Kingdom server. That part is on you. That part is on you. It's partly on me for not promoting it better. It's partly on you for not recognizing the gravitas of that tag on Friday. So that sets the whole table for what happened with this contest. What it doesn't account for is why this hasn't processed yet. They paid out for you? All right. This is what I like to hear. Peter, I'm sold on getting a membership for 2025. That's what I like to hear. Become a YouTube member. We're going to have weekly After Dark shows. The one thing that is going away, obviously, is the crams, right? There's no slates to cram for, but we're going to have After Dark shows every week. That's premium content you can get as a YouTube member. I got some guests I want to reach out to as well. I've been doing solo shows, but I'm ready to get some guests back in the fold again. So I'll be sure to announce those on Twitter and in my newsletter, which, by the way, the best place to stay up to date on stuff that I'm doing, content from the previous week, upcoming shows, is the P.O. Box newsletter. This is a free newsletter I do every week. It's not just promotional stuff. I always have a topic, whatever's on my mind. I was writing about kind of the dilemma of sports betting content this week. It's a topic we've been discussing on Lulz a bit, as far as, is it even possible to make good sports betting content? So yes, please subscribe to this newsletter. I would appreciate it. There's a link in the chat to the most recent one. But if you just go to P.O. Box here, you can see you can put in your email to subscribe. Completely free. Drops in your inbox every Saturday morning. I'll put the link in the description as well. All right. People keep saying refresh for the DraftKings stuff to settle. I'm refreshing, brothers. Okay, there we go. Did it finally refresh? It finally refreshed after 19 tries. Let's see who won the Deposit Kingdom contest. That was mega rake free. Mega rake free. It was a rake free contest that overlaid by just under 50%. Ooh, Alex Pacelli, a man's coin holder, a legend, Xavier Worthy captain, Patrick Mahomes. Look at this. This is how you know it's a good contest. You could get first place with 0.8 from Samaje Perine. Samaje Perine was every Slappy's favorite pick, myself included. Luckily, I ended up just using the Sims for most of my lineup, so I didn't hand build. But if I were hand building, oh, I would have had a shit ton of Samaje Perine. What a slappy pick that was. And the scary thing is if you would have told anyone what the score to this game was, if you said the Eagles blow out the Chiefs 40-22, Samaje Perine would have been 60% owned in these contests. He was 21% in the Deposit Kingdom contest. And that was with people mostly assuming a neutral game script. If you told people the Eagles would put up 40 points and the Chiefs would have 23 yards from scrimmage at half, Samaje Perine would have been the most drafted player on this entire slate. Appreciate it. Colin says, highly recommend the P.O. Box. Yeah, man. Finally got that payout. What else took you down? Digo. So you had to have Xavier Worthy captain. Xavier Worthy, 58 points in the captain slot. D Global 14 gets second place. Link Sync gets third with Xavier Worthy. I guarantee you Bay Boy Chiefs is going to have Xavier Worthy as his captain. Look at this. Bay Boy Chiefs. Xavier Worthy, Patrick Mahomes, DeAndre Hopkins, Perine, Barkley, and Hurts. So who else? We saw what? Copper slip, solo ship, or not solo shipped, chopped up the first place in the flagship. I ended up putting 10 in that one. But I did not have any Jalen Hurts captains. Let me see where this is. I ran all Eagles pass catcher captains. So I was exclusively A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, or Goddard. So I had very little Xavier Worthy. So that ended up being like the death of me. But Devontae, A.J. Brown, Devontae, A.J. Brown, Devontae, A.J. Brown, Devontae. I was all 5-1 Eagles with either Devontae or A.J. Brown captains. But no Xavier Worthy in there. Oh, I guess there was one. I guess I had a 4-2 in here. Whatever. The Sims did what the Sims did. Harrison Butker had a 0. Snowflakes for Harrison Butker. Oh, look at this. Just lost in the shuffle. Good old Nerdy Tenor. Nerdy Tenor. Finally nice to see that guy catch a break. You know what he got? Nerdy got the Lulz bump. It's not that he's a good DFS player. It's not that he has his own proprietary Sims. It's not that he's a gigabrain mathematician. No, it's that he got the Lulz bump. You come on Lulz and then you ship. Look at this. Fucking Chipotle addict up there too. So the nutted lineup, Xavier Worthy captain, Hurts, Mahomes, Devontae Smith, Jake Elliott, Eagles D. 14-way split. 13? Yeah, 13-way split. Unbelievable. I wouldn't even want to win, honestly. Like $113,000, to know that you built a lineup that was duplicated by 12 other people, I personally wouldn't accept it. That's just me. But I have integrity. I'm not going to run around telling people not to dupe me and then accept $113,000 with a duped lineup. No, we got dusted. Our FFPC stuff got dusted, which it's frustrating too, because the lineup that won, it ended up being a Jaden Daniels team that took it down. Obviously had Xavier Worthy. For people who don't know, the FFPC playoff contest, tight end premium, and you get double the points in the Super Bowl. So Kelsey was massive chalk for the Chiefs. So Worthy having the massive game in the Super Bowl ended up putting him in the optimal lineup. Yes, I did see this as well. Drew Dinkmeyer had a nice score. Congratulations, Dink. The Barkley rug. I should do my best, Adam Levitan. The Barkley rug. You know you can bet the lower on him, right? You know there's something else to pick other than hires, guys. Yeah, I mean, what? He just finished short of 100 scrimmage yards. They could not run on the Chiefs. Chiefs' run defense played very well. I thought for sure, just the way that game felt, I thought we were going to get the 50-yard Barkley dagger, in the third quarter, fourth quarter. It just felt like the dam was going to break on one of those runs, and it never did. It never did. Poor Barkley. He's down so bad. Do you know there was a record for Barkley to win? First player in Super Bowl history to ever score a touchdown in the Super Bowl on their birthday. And Cooper DeJean did it. Barkley just sitting in the cuck chair on all these awards. The team doesn't let him go out and set the all-time rushing record versus the Giants. Has to sit in the Eric Dickerson cuck chair. And then the more important reward, the more important award, becoming the first ever player to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl on their birthday. And then he sits in the Cooper DeJean cuck chair. Poor Barkley. Poor Barkley. Then he loses MVP to Jalen Hurts. The voters, I promise you, wanted to give Barkley the MVP more than anything. If Barkley has one touchdown there, if that Hurts tush push is a Barkley touchdown, I promise you the committee wants to give Barkley the MVP. Do you think Barkley, deep down, is kind of like, I know we won the Super Bowl, but I really would have liked to be MVP. I really would have liked to be the first person to score a Super Bowl touchdown on their birthday. Do you think he's quietly stewing? Or do you think he's happy? I think he's probably pretty happy. Do you know who was also very happy? I mean, how rock hard was Tom Brady in the booth watching Patrick Mahomes have another meltdown in front of him? I mean, Tom Brady had to have been loving every single second of that. You never would have noticed it in his voice. He was enough of a professional to hide it. But you know that Tom Brady did not want Patrick Mahomes to get a three-peat. All of a sudden, the legacy, he's starting to look over his shoulder even more. God, he had to have been so ecstatic. Him and Eric Dickerson probably went together after the game, got some nice champagne, doing toasts. Oh, yeah. He was bricked up. Kendrick, thank you all year for servicing the audio listeners. I try. Sometimes I think I'm decent at it. Sometimes I forget, but I do try. I appreciate that, Kendrick. I will always service the audio listeners. If you guys are listening to this, and the reason I service the audio listeners is because I'm an audio listener myself. It is much more beneficial to me for people to watch the streams on YouTube, to like, to comment. It's definitely worth more to me than audio downloads, but I'm an audio download guy myself. I'm doing stuff on the go. You're doing chores around the house. You're in the car. You're working out. And it's easier for me to listen to podcasts. So I get it. So I will always post the audio to shows on the In a Vacuum podcast feed. If you search In a Vacuum podcast, it'll show up. This is the podcast here. It's on Apple. It's on Spotify. I've never looked at my reviews. I'm just realizing now I have 4.8. Should we see what the most recent reviews are? Who's the last person to leave me a review? Can I sort these? I want to find a bad review. Ooh, Chief 102 says I say like too much. Like, but like, just like nah. June 8th, 2024. I do say like probably a little too much. I don't know if it's enough for a 1-star review, though. I wish I could sort this by... Do we have any 2025 reviews? Man, I need more reviews. Go leave me reviews on iTunes. I can't believe I've been posting audio to this for over 4 years. I have a review from 2021. Look at my guy, Willis. Shout out to my guy, Willis, OG, giving me the hilarious podcast. This is how old you know this is. From fantasy sports to NFTs, this podcast is amazing. Whether it's about fantasy football, DFS, best ball drafts, or even NFTs, Pete has you covered with informative and entertaining information and guests. Look how long I've been doing coffee pours. September 21st, 2021. I would say that in a vacuum, listening to Pete pour coffee might be even better in podcast form. This podcast has all the potential of a Visca Rondale fusion. Rondale. Love being able to catch up here if I miss a live stream. Wait, look at this comment. Someone fat fingered a nice review with a 1-star. Look at this. Perfect blend. JD Jones on September 21st. Been a fan of Overzet's work for a while. A perfect blend of entertainment and actual useful macro DFS strat. Keep it up, Pete. And he gave me a 1-star. JD Jones _58. I'm begging you to go amend this review. I could maybe have a 4.9 out of 5-star aggregate ranking if it weren't for you fat fingering this review. Unreal. I can't believe this. I was like, oh, a 1-star. What did he say? And it's a glowing review. I feel so owned. Oh, hang on. This is a good one. Okay, we got a 2-star review here. Volume Drafter. Pete's results are 100 times better than mine. Yes, it's 150 joke. Pete's results are 100 times better than mine because he drafts 150 times more than I do. He doesn't particularly show strong conviction in any of his ideas or approaches for drafting. If you throw enough slop at the wall, something's got to stick. I can't get anything from listening to this podcast. Pete is articulate and has a good personality, but I'm here for fantasy content. Oh. If I had 150 lineups, I'd win too. Oh my God, Bartleby the cat just owned me. He has a good personality. He's a 150 maxer with a good personality. That's all I am. Oh. All the OG reviews are probably going to be nice. I swear to God, the accidental 1-star is what took my rating down from a 5.0 to a 4.8. Because there's 3 bad reviews. There's the 1-star guy from the guy who says I say like too much. And I honestly think that's a fair criticism. it is something I actively work on. I think I've gotten better at it, but I am still an offender of that. I don't know if it deserves 1 star. Maybe it did last June. Maybe it did. I do need to get better on that. So note taken. But I have 2 1-star reviews and 1 2-star review. And the 1-star review was an accident. It was an accident. I think I can get these ratings up to 4.9. I think I can get these ratings. Oh, how did I even go down this rabbit hole? Oh, someone was saying thanks for servicing the audio listener. So yes, you guys can always get the podcast feeds. Anything that's on this channel except Lulz will go on here. Lulz has its own podcast feed. Ship Chasing has its own podcast feed. Otherwise, in a vacuum, we'll keep you covered. All right, let's look at some underdog stuff. Let's look at some underdog. So there's only one place to start, and that's with the 3-man contest that John, Nez, and I did on Off and On the Clock. For people who didn't see, there were no tournaments for the Super Bowl slate. We actually explained on Off and On the Clock Friday for why that is. I know some people were upset that there weren't contests. It is what it is. They're too hard to police, too hard to prevent the GM combos. Everyone's going to be mad, so they didn't offer them. But they do offer private contests, 2-person, 3-person contests. So Nez, John, and I did one. And Nez takes it down. And the reason Nez took it down, it's incredible, right? So Nez passed at the 101 on Mahomes and Hurts and took Barkley, who got outscored pretty significantly by both Hurts and Mahomes, and still won because he took Xavier Worthy. He took Xavier Worthy, and he won. 15.7 points from Barkley, 35.7 from Xavier Worthy, 16.9 from Devontae, 3.5 from Hollywood. I get second place with 59.78 points. I went a little galaxy brain at the turn. I could have done Hurts, A.J. Brown, but I did Mahomes, A.J. Brown. It didn't matter because even the difference between Hurts and Mahomes wouldn't have made up the difference. I should have done Mahomes Worthy is what I should have done. But honestly, I was probably going to do Kelsey if I did. So I just don't think there's any way I get to Worthy at the turn, which is unfortunate. I had Goddard, Jake Elliott. The Jake Elliott pick was inspired. That was an inspired pick. 17 points. Dude was out there drilling field goals. And then Roto Run, John, who wanted this to be a $5,000 draft, scored 39.34 points. Jalen Hurts, Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt, Harrison Butker. 2.4 combined points from his 3rd and 4th round picks. On Friday, I joked that I would spend the entire portfolio review just on this single draft. I honestly feel like I could. I really feel like I could. I feel like we could dissect this board until the cows come home. Let me see if I can get the full board up here. Look at that. Look at me tech lording. Let's talk through some of the decision points of this draft. I do think Nez made a mistake taking Barkley at 101. I'm allowed to say it because he ended up winning. I do not think it was GTO to take Barkley at 101, but Nez is a ball knower. He's a free thinker. Although maybe he's not a free thinker because Barkley was 101 via ADP. I take it back. He was not a free thinker. In fact, he was a slave to ADP. When I saw him take Barkley, and I knew I was going to get one of these quarterbacks in a super flex contest, I was doing cartwheels. I was counting. How much was I counting? I was counting the $13.50 already. I said, I am going to draft 52% of the best Best Ball Mania 5-team, 6-team of all time with this $13.50 I'm about to win. John takes Hurts at 2. And I said, sure. Could I take Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce? I could. But I knew my opponents were likely to make such grave, egregious mistakes in this draft that I could hedge my own stances within this draft by not correlating my quarterback and wide receiver. I knew that I would be able to beat my opponents on other streets that I didn't have to force anything on the flop. I knew there was downside risk to the Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and said, I will just build a more resilient team by going with Patrick Mahomes, AJ Brown. And then I let the sucker, the Canadian sucker himself, John, fall on the Travis Kelce landmine. I knew Travis Kelce was a fake sharp pick. And Roto Run just gobbled it right up. Then Nez took Xavier Worthy and Devontae Smith. An absolutely inspired turn. Just think how many points Nez would have scored if he would have just taken Jalen Hurts instead. Nez would have been able... Nez probably would have dropped what? He would have dropped like 100 points? No, it would have been close. Nez would have had one of the greatest Super Bowl 3-man scores of all time. We would have put him on the Mount Rushmore of Super Bowl 3-person contests. He won the 1350, but he fumbled the legacy. Relax, Steven. Relax. Like I just said, he won 1350. I don't think it's deserving of kudos. Look at this draft by John. Look at these picks. John probably would have taken Barkley too. See, this really upsets me. I really wish Nez would have taken Hurts because John was live to go Barkley, Kelce, Hunt, Butker. This Canadian is just vacuuming up the landmines in this draft. He absolutely cannot help himself. And then me, Jake Elliott. I just feel like I should have been rewarded more. My last round pick, a kicker, scored more than Nez's first round pick, 15.7. I really think I could do a whole show on this single draft. I'm not, okay, I'm done. I'm done. But I could theoretically do a whole show on this draft. Where is this comment coming from? People hate other success. Oh, is this back to the reviews? Instead of giving people their flowers, I haven't had a major win, but I appreciate everything Pete provides. I appreciate that. I would, let me be completely honest. I wish all of you guys would win all the time because that would mean you would come in here and give me super chats. It's mutually beneficial for everyone watching this show to win. In fact, I'm going to have to stay live until Copper wakes up. When do we think Copper is going to wake up? Because I guarantee you I could guilt him into giving like 25 YouTube memberships. This dude just won 113K. I think I have to stay live until CopperPrices wakes up. Does someone have his number? Does someone have CopperPrices' number? Because I'm worried he's hungover as shit. He definitely called in sick to work today. But yeah, what I'm saying is I'm rooting for all of you guys. I'm rooting for all of you. Noah, will I be drafting dingers? I will be drafting at least one dinger with the Badge Bros on, off, and on the clock. The show is going to be a hodgepodge going forward of big board drafts, some hoops, some multi-sport athlete stuff in the baseball streets. I will be drafting, I promise, at least one dinger. I do not know if I can promise dingers plural. But who knows? I have an addictive personality. Maybe I draft one, and once I pop, the fun don't stop. Congratulations to Jonathan. Jonathan, if I was in that contest, I could pull it up. Did you post it on Twitter? You posted it in the Discord, right? Where's John here? The big game returns. See, I found it. Shout out to Jonathan. 100.14. Unfortunately, Jonathan, you duped. You duped Yannick 8. And for that, I need to get this off my screen. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. Sorry, Jonathan. I thought I was going to be able to congratulate you, but I didn't realize it was a dupe. Sad. Unfortunate. He's up. CopperPrices is awake. He's awake. Congratulations, Copper. It's time to give back. Who else do you think I could summon in the chat? How far do my summoning powers go? Who should I try to summon? Who would be a difficult yet vaguely realistic person to summon in the chat? Neil Orfield, that's too easy. Neil's definitely watching right now. Oh, he's definitely watching. I saw Neil Orfield. Neil had a really funny boomer moment yesterday. So in the Discord, there's a few of the voice channels, and they rarely get used. The only times they get used is when someone accidentally enters the voice channel. It sometimes happens more so if you're on your phone and you're kind of fat fingering things. And I saw Neil Orfield in the Badge Bros voice channel just hanging out for 30 minutes. And sometimes as like a support, nice thing to do, I'll kick them from it, just save them from themselves. But I just let him stay in there. I was like, that's funny. Neil's in there talking to himself in the voice chat. He's certainly not beating the allegations of being the oldest best ball streamer by fat fingering his way into a voice chat by himself. Man, Silva. There's no way I'm able to summon Silva. Silva, this is the thing. Silva does watch some shows back on repeat. I've received actual evidence of him watching ship chasing episodes, but those are always on delay. He's watching those on demand late at night. There's no chance I can summon Silva. John Warner's still sleeping. It's 7:52 Canadian time. There's no way. There's no way. Brick, maybe. Brick watches a lot of YouTube. I know he throws stuff on live. What time is it in Chicago right now? Is it 9:52 or 8:50? He's up. That would probably be a good one. Actually, Gritty would be a really good one. Oh, Davis is for sure in here. He's just waiting to see if his name gets mentioned. I think Gritty's a good one. Gritty? Is Gritty in the chat? I'm going to go live until Gritty reveals himself. Gritty's been posting his best ball teams. This is what I'm going to do for my... What is Gritty's username? Why can't I find it? Hit him. Why can't I find Gritty? What am I spelling wrong? Hit him with the... What is it? Where is he? Here he is. Oh, yeah. It's because it's him. It's Mike. It's his real name. You got to change. Gritty, first piece of advice. You got to change it to hit him with the Gritty. No one calls you Mike. I don't even know how to pronounce your last name. Bolduc? Bolduch? I don't know what it is. You got to change your username to hit him with the Gritty. This is branding 101 in this space. You are synonymous with the username hit him with the Gritty. You absolutely have to change your username to hit him with the Gritty on X. That's just free branding advice from your boy. Anyways, I do need to summon Gritty. We're going to try to summon Gritty. And while we summon him, I want to look at some of his recent drafts. Gritty is already 7 big boards down. I think the first team I saw Gritty draft was 0RB. I think someone posted it. Okay, here we go. The very first, I thought we had broke Gritty. This was the first draft that he posted. Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield. Hang on. Let me start actually by pick order. Round 1, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Round 2, Malik Neighbors. Round 3, Marvin Harrison. Sorry, getting choked up. Just watching my boy Gritty do a 0 RB draft. It gets me so, I feel like my boy's all grown up. Mike Evans. So this dude started with 4 straight wide receivers. I had to pick my jaw up off the ground when I saw this. Gritty doing a 0 RB build. Gritty didn't take a running back until pick 85, Ramondre Stevenson, and then didn't take his second running back until pick 156. I was truly worried. I thought all the idiots out there were in Gritty's mentions enough that they convinced him to not be Gritty anymore. I was sad. I was like, you fucking idiots, constantly dissecting his drafts, giving your commentary. Why did you need to spend so much draft capital at quarterback? I was like, if you assholes actually bullied Gritty into drafting like the rest of us assholes, I was going to be pissed. Thankfully, 4 days later, he posts a 0 wide receiver build. We were so back. I was really worried until 4 days later, he took Rashad Bateman at pick 112 as his first wide receiver, and I said, we're fucking back. God bless America. Play the goddamn hits. Love it. Look at this team. This is a gritty ass team. This is the America I want to live in. Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields. God damn, I love it. Sam Laporta, TJ Hawkinson, Mark Andrews, Dalton Kincaid. Hot damn, this gets me fired up. I said I wasn't going to draft until Monday, and this draft makes me want to draft right now. This dude wrapped up the draft with Kayshon Boutte and Jalen Polk. Look at this wide receiver core. It brings a tear to my eye. Rashad Bateman, Hollywood Brown, Jalen Coker, A.D. Mitchell, Jordan Whittington, Jalen Tolbert, Kayshon Boutte, and Jalen Polk. I am going to be completely honest. Absolute honesty, complete true serum. If you're going to do 0 wide receiver, this is pretty close to the type of wide receivers you want to be drafting. I actually kind of like the stabs he was taking here. Year 2, potential breakouts at low cost. Jalen Coker at 153, A.D. Mitchell 160, Whittington 184 with Cup on the move. Just completely buy the dip on the New England young guys. I don't hate it. Let him cook. I don't want to talk about the 4 tight ends thing. I'm not going to talk about that. If I speak, but the wide receivers, if you were going to draft like this, I don't hate it. The running backs, CMC, JT, Ramondre, Najee, Marshawn Lloyd. No notes. Seems fine. God, this dude loves Ramondre Stevenson. Absolutely loves him. If only the coaching staff loved Ramondre Stevenson as much as Gritty does. Did I summon him? I've been trying to summon Gritty here. Is he here? Gritty, are you in the chat? Man, I tried to summon him, guys. I tried. All right, you want to see some of my my dusty pick'ems? You know what was really a bummer? I was looking through some of the pick'ems, and I realized how close we were to multiple ones we built on After Dark on Saturday night. Also, you know what would be a fun feature request that I'm realizing? Because I had so many pick'ems. You know, it's just fucking red dot city in here, but there's a million of these. Underdog should let you name your pick'em entries in the same way they let you name your best ball teams. Like, I would really like to be able to go in and be like, O&OTC, you know, remind me that we built these on off and on the clock. I want to be able to write after dark haterade build or whatever. Because otherwise I have to scroll through all these and figure out which ones were which. But this was the one big hit. This was the one big hit, and it came from an exercise with the chat. So on off and on the clock, we were building pick'ems, and I had the idea of, let's have the chat throw out a game prediction and MVP, and then we will build a pick'em that tracks with that narrative of that game and MVP. And someone said, I think it was like Chiefs 27-20 Xavier Worthy MVP. It was something like that. Or maybe it was low scoring. Was it David? David, was that yours? Maybe it was like 20-13 Chiefs MVP. And so we said, if Xavier Worthy wins MVP, he's scoring 2 touchdowns, right? He's scoring 2 touchdowns. Probably means Travis Kelce isn't scoring a touchdown. So we did Xavier Worthy 2 TDs. Travis Kelce doesn't score a TD. And then we said, if Worthy's speeding the game up, let's play Devontae on the other side. I know Nez liked Devontae. 25 to win, 827. So Xavier Worthy did not win MVP, but the pick'em still gets home. So that was really fun. That was really fun. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of other winning pick'ems to review. There was one I did, you know, Underdog sent out some boosts yesterday, and there was one discount. And one of the ones I just liked a lot was Jalen Hurts higher than 217. He barely clears this, but I just did a simple 2-leg one with this discount here. Patrick Mahomes took him down to 176. Got that one home. But man, otherwise took a bath. But look at some of these ones that I believe were from After Dark. See, I think on After Dark, we were building some haterade ones, right? We did AJ Brown, lower 5.5 receptions. Barkley doesn't score a TD. Jalen Hurts has an interception. Travis Kelce doesn't score a touchdown. And then here's where we went wrong. Jake Elliott, lower 1.5 field goals made. So close. So close. That hurts. Being a hater almost paid off. Being a hater almost paid off. Look at all these red dots. I mean, just so many red dots. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now we're down to the basketball ones. Thought there was another 4 out of 5 in here. What was this one? Pre-game app. Oh man. This was another After Dark one, right? This was the Sammy Reed IDP prop, right? The Chamari Connor. Higher 4.5 tackles and assists. That gets home. 6 tackles and assists. AJ Brown, more fantasy points than Hollywood Brown. That gets home. We really like that one. We were going through the rivals tab and we're like, wait, why? I think it was only a 3-point spot that AJ Brown was given up to Hollywood Brown. So that felt good. And then Samaje Perine. Did Samaje Perine, he didn't have a target, but he had a rush, right? What was, how much did his rush go for? He had 1 rush for 8 yards. So even if we had done, I don't know what his rushing line was. Maybe someone in the chat can remind me. But that hurts not to hit this one. This was a $100 entry. And Perine, in a game they lost 40-22, couldn't catch a ball. I'll show you. I did one big one. I told people this on After Dark. I was like, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to have a lot of pick'ems. You know, we build them on off and on the clock. People post them in the Discord. And then I'm going to say, I have so many pick'ems. I don't know what I'm rooting for. That I'm going to have to make one big pick'em for a clean sweat. And I will show you this. So I did a $500 pick'em to win $3K. And I was initially really kicking myself. The reason why, so the pick'em, this is what the pick'em, the final pick'em. Jalen Hurts higher than 219.5 passing yards. I slid him just a squeak. Juju Smith-Schuster higher 16.5 yards. AJ Brown higher 71.5 receiving yards. And the reason I was initially tilting is I was going back and forth on AJ Brown higher fantasy points or the receiving yards. And I ended up settling on receiving yards. Then he doesn't get there, but he gets fantasy points. And so I was really, really mad at myself. I was like, that's a $3,000 mistake you just made. However, I did not realize that Juju didn't actually clear. When Juju had those 2 catches, I thought he cleared. He did not. He came 0.5 yards short. So now I'm actually relieved. I'm actually relieved that I didn't do A.J. Brown fantasy points, because if I lost $3,000 because of a half yard from Juju Smith-Schuster, that would have exhausted my will to live anymore. I need to take a pick'em hiatus until this NBA slate, and then I'll get back in. But I'm taking a break for about 4 hours. Hang on. Let me have a talk with Copper here. So Copper says, I just remembered I can't do a Dawg Bowl because my wife is due the week of the live event. Do you know who else's wife is due the week of the event? Nez. Do you know who else is maxing every single Dawg Bowl slate? Nez. Because Nez is a competitor. Nez steps into the arena every day and says, I want to be Dawg Bowl champ, and I want to flex on the haters so much that I win $200K while in the delivery room. There's something to learn there. There's a lesson in that for you, Copper. Do not let a birth of a child, do not let a trip you can't make prevent you from chasing 200K. We are all begging you to put some of that money back in the Underdog ecosystem. And I'm sorry, wife due the week of the live event. It sounds like a good excuse on paper, but it's not. Nez blew your cover. We've already realized it's not a valid excuse. Nez isn't using that excuse. Daytona 500 pick'ems. Ooh, when is Daytona? Man, that just took me back about 3 to 4 years ago. Daytona DFS used to be like one of the biggest edges. I remember RotoDoc. I think he's at Action Network now. He used to be at RotoViz, and he had this model. It's all coming back to me right now. The restrictor plate races. Man, and you just want to fade all of the drivers in the early pole positions because there's so much chaos in how it works. And you just want the guys at the back. I might have to get in the Daytona DFS streets again. I assume that edge is completely evaporated, but there was 1 or 2 years where it was like free money. Those were the good old days. It was. Yeah, around COVID. I will say, like, you want to talk that NASCAR, those restrictor plate races were like showdown NFL sweat, where there's nothing to sweat until like literally the last lap. Because so much chaos happens that the entire ordering for finishes is going to get flipped on its head in the last lap or two. So there's no point in sweating anything until the end. So you're telling me that the exact edge from 4 or 5 years ago is just the same? Stack the back and leave 10K a salary? Because that's what we were doing 5 years ago. You're telling me that with a million different sim products and a million different DFS shows, that the edge still remains, that I can just stack the back and leave 10K, as if DFS NASCAR has been frozen in time and the field has not progressed 1 iota, despite the field being at a rocket ship velocity of progression in every single other sport? Is that what you're telling me, Rob? It's this Sunday, 2/16. When? is that true? When is Daytona? I might have to get in the Daytona streets. I'm getting fired up. Sunday, February 16th at 2:30. Right when I told my wife, I said to her yesterday, I said, honey, this is my last Sunday with any football commitments for a long, long time. It's going to just be you, me, and April, babe, on Sundays. I'm going to have to go back to her with a tail between my legs. Sorry, babe. I know I mentioned that I was going to be free on Sunday afternoons going forward, but I just heard that all I have to do is stack the back and leave $10K on the table in the Daytona 500 NASCAR DFS streets, and it's a print fest. So why don't you and April, I don't know, bundle up, go for a walk or something? Daddy's going to go downstairs and make some money. All right. We'll see you guys later. I'll try it. That was kind of my trial run there to make sure I could kind of properly deliver the lines. All right, one more coffee pour. Nolan says, Pete isn't even charging us for this NASCAR knowledge. Insane value. I swear to God, if anyone wins, if you win more than 0 cents, if you win at least 1 cent playing NASCAR DFS with the insane alpha that I have dished on this show today, recalling what I did 5 years ago, you absolutely have to tag me on Twitter and thank me. Do not tag RotoDoc. Do not tag Big Stevie. I was going to try to list off like all the NASCAR DFS influencers that I could, and that was all I had. It was after Big Steve. After Big Stevie, I had nothing left. I was trying to pull a third reference. Rule of threes, you always hit them with the third name. I can't think of a single other NASCAR DFS influencer. I think that's what it is. You tag the big three. You tag RotoDoc. You tag Big Stevie. And you tag Silva too. Silva gets tagged in so much shit. I feel like it'd be so cathartic to actually get to do one of those. You know, most of the videos, Rob says that Daddy's going to smash his TV after losing 100K on the last lap. It would be a good sketch. It's like, you see my wife, Britt, carrying April back into the house because they went out for a little get together because I told them that I needed to watch NASCAR on Sunday. And they walk in the door. And the camera zooms into my DraftKings app. And it said like 1 million in winnings. And then on the last lap, there's a crash. And you see the app change to $0. And I just have a baseball bat on hand as my wife and my small child are walking into the house. And I just take a crack at my TV. I've always wanted to be part of one of those staged videos. Big Sunny 602. $4.99. Now we're talking. CopperPrices rolls out of bed as 1/10 of a millionaire. Can't even bother a single super chat, but was able to say, I can't max the Dawg Bowl because my wife's getting pregnant. Meanwhile, Big Sunny out here took second place in the mitten. Thanks for everything you do. I'm a phone shitter, bro. I appreciate that, Big Sunny. You're the pillars of this community. You're what we need. We need more Big Sunnies in this world and less CopperPrices. Hey, Wayne says the truth is you only need to watch the last 5 laps. Don't tell my wife that, brother. I'm trying to get an entire afternoon to myself. I want to be cracking some cold ones. I can't be telling her that it's only 5 laps. She's going to make me do some chores. All right. Yeah, buddy. We're pivoting. Here's the dirty secret about the content space, man. You know, we're just all filling a void. We're just all killing time. In the second the NFL ended, we're on to the next grift. And that grift is touting NASCAR DFS. If you're just tuning into the stream like Dab K right now at 1:15, it would behoove you to roll back the tape to about 7 minutes ago when I just gave the most alpha surrounding NASCAR DFS that you'll ever hear in your life. You're not going to hear this shit from RotoDoc. You're not going to hear this shit from Big Stevie. I don't know why I'm closing my eyes for that. But roll it back. I mean, that was some good shit. I'm going to put that in the timestamps. My guy, Mark, if you're watching this on replay for timestamps, put that in there. I think it'll probably say like 107, then do dash, huge, put it in all caps. Normally you just do, you know, regular spelling and punctuation. I want you to put it in all caps. NASCAR Alpha League, DFS NASCAR Alpha League, parentheses, do not click unless you want to win a shit ton of money. Underdog NASCAR DFS draft. Now we're talking. Let's see what is in the lobby at this point. So here's what we got. This is what we're looking at. We have hoops. Tonight we have a Dawg Bowl qualifier. This reminds me, there are only 2 more Dawg Bowl qualifiers left until the live final in San Diego. There's only 4 more seats left to be punched. 4. 2 tonight, 2 on Wednesday. The slate today, I assume the Badge Bros are going to be doing a show this afternoon where they'll cover this slate. And then on Wednesday is going to be the final DBQ slate. We are going to do Off and On the Clock on Wednesday afternoon, covering the slate, drafting teams, maybe bringing some guests on. These are the final chances to go. It's going to be an awesome time. San Diego is when the live final is going to be. 1 million in prizes, 200,000 to first place. Get to stay at a nice resort in Pacific Beach. There is a welcome party. There is a draft brunch. And then there's going to be a watch party that Saturday night. John's going to be there. I'm going to be there. The team at Underdog is going to be there. Multiple people who have already punched their tickets from the Deposit Kingdom are going to be there. It's going to be a grand time. Tonight's qualifier is already almost a quarter of the way full. Get in there and compete. I will say, I have been told by thought leaders that this is a pretty gross slate right now. So if you want to wait a little bit till we get some news, I understand it. Luka Q tag, LeBron James Q tag, Jason Tatum Q tag, LaMelo Ball Q tag, Anthony Edwards Q tag, Steph Curry Q tag. This is why the ratings are down, Pete, because half the league doesn't know if they're going to play. Jaylen Brown Q tag. Mark Williams Q tag. Trade rescinded. This is why no one watches NBA, Pete, because they do a trade and then it's not even allowed. Michael Porter Jr. Q tag. Jeremy Grant Q tag. D'Angelo Russell Q tag. How am I supposed to scroll the F down in half the picks have a Q tag, Pete? PJ Washington Q tag. Anyways, you get the gist. What was I trying to do? I was trying to go through all the sports that are in the lobby right now. College basketball. I cannot play college basketball. Look at what they say if I try to play college basketball. Unfortunately, we do not offer CBB drafts in mass at the moment. If you think this is a mistake, oh, I sure do. please contact our support team for more information. So there's college basketball that I can't draft. Honestly, looks like college basketball is thriving. This contest already filled. The Monday main slate is already filled. College basketball is thriving. It's getting the NASCAR boost. Everyone's looking around in the lobby to do something. Might as well CBB. We have PGA. We have the 3-putt Thursday. We have the par 3. What contest is this? What's the name of the event this weekend? And then there's the Albatross, majors only. So we got golf. There's the MLB. We got the Dinger, the Frozen Rope, the Solo Shot, the MLB Eliminator. Oh, I didn't even know we had MLB Eliminators. Very cool. And then, of course, there's NFL. That's the menu right now, folks. That's the menu. See? Matt says, I'm in a Teams meeting, so I have this stream on mute, but I just see a very animated Pete in the top corner of my screen. We need more Matts out here, right? Because Matt, there's no reason for him to have this stream up right now. He's in a meeting. He can't even listen. But this is what I will say. Not only will I service the audio listeners, I will service the video watchers without audio. I'm going to start doing sign language for all my stuff, just for the Matts of the world. Got to be careful not to do an Elon salute while doing my sign language bit. But I will. Now I got to service the audio listeners and I got to service the video non-audio watchers. That should be a GIF. I've always wanted to do the pretending to go down the stairs on camera bit. Got to scratch off the old bucket list on that one. That's right. We have had to service the ghosts. Man, it's so funny. So April, with her music taste, she has this lag to the holidays. And she still wants to listen to Ghostbusters. The reason I thought of this, this morning, we had to drive in the car, and she literally says, "Can you play Ghostbusters?" And I'm like, "April, it's February 10th. Are you ready? I'm ready. You want to do some Valentine's Day music?" She wants to listen to Ghostbusters. I was listening to Ghostbusters in the car at 7:40 a.m. this morning. I was servicing the ghosts. I was servicing the ghosts in another way. And I'm such like, with my own personal music taste and stuff, I'm so, I don't know what the word would be, like seasonal, but like mood based, you know, where like certain types of music I'm just not going to listen to in the morning, you know, music like that, like maybe at night or whatever. So just like in the dead of winter at 7:40 a.m., my daughter demanding I put Ghostbusters on the car speakers. Luckily, I wasn't hungover or anything. Otherwise, that would have been the straw that broke the camel's back. What was the winning playoff basketball team? Fuck if I know, brother. I wasn't there. What was the winning basketball team? Can someone tell me? I scrolled through the Discord. I don't think I saw a screenshot of it. Did someone tag me in one? Is this no one actually posted the winning team? I did see lots of 100.14s. What was the winning team? Someone tell me. Keep those super chats coming, brother, and I'll keep cooking. I'll keep cooking all morning. Actually, I'm only going to cook for 20 more minutes because then it's ADP chasing. ADP chasing is on at 11:45 a.m. Eastern, or what I am calling today, the coping and seething chasing, starring this man. For my non-audio video watchers, you got to tune in for ADP chasing, for coping and seething chasing. Valentine's Day music? I don't know. There's got to be some Valentine's Day music. there Valentine's Day music? Look at these. My Heart Will Go On. They're love songs. How Sweet It Is. Just the Way You Are. Hello. Make You Feel My Love. Because You Love Me. Won't You Be My Valentine? Look at this, Tyler. There's a channel here. This guy tries to tell me what Valentine's Day music is there. There's 241 people. No way. I didn't realize I am going head to head with Cozy Cottage on YouTube, who is streaming 24/7 Valentine's Day ambience in music, romantic background music for Valentine's Day. Are you kidding me? This is, hang on, I gotta do a screen share tab so we can actually listen to this. Can you guys hear this? I'm in a battle with this channel. They have 240 people watching right now. We only have 217 people watching. I cannot get cucked. I cannot get cucked by the Cozy Cottage. They have 79.2K subscribers. I'm just laughing, thinking, you know, how do we crack the algorithm? How do we win? Maybe this is, you know, Davis is essentially trying to be live 24 hours a day. This might be the hack. This might be the hack. This is the hack. I get some kind of seasonal animation, a looping background, and then I'd have 79,000 subscribers and 242 people watching live. How am I getting? I am performing. I am dancing. I am talking, and I only have 208 people watching live. Meanwhile, the Cozy Cottage is over here crushing it. Let's see some of these comments. Full reverend for this channel. Full reverend. That I've never gotten a comment so powerful in my life. This lady, Wendy Hudson, really wants to talk in the chat. She goes, "Hi, am I still invisible in here? I was having a problem on YouTube. Couldn't get it for some unknown reason." Wendy just wants to be seen and heard. IZ Sparkle Pup says, "I really like the rose petals on the ground." I want this community. I'm sorry. You guys are great. And I appreciate the super chat consigliere who says, "I ain't afraid of no ghosts." But this is a real community here. We even have an international audience. Luis Hernandez says, "Así para una linda cita con mi novia." Gustin Hartanto says, "Cute and calm music. An originalita. Keep success for this channel. Full respecta." I want this audience. I love you guys, but I want this audience. And then Mr. Harsh, who's a mod. This channel has multiple mods. Wendy's a mod. Mr. Harsh is a mod. Why do you need a mod? This is the least toxic audience I've ever seen in my life. This is the most uplifting, positive community. Do you think these people are tagging the Rudman of their community saying, "Why haven't you thrown out this all Chiefs and Eagles draft in the big board?" I guarantee you they're not. This is so soothing. I literally feel myself calming. I've been very riled up today. I've said some things that I regret. And I just feel centered right now.
Big day.
Oh my God!
Non-iron white twill shirt. When you nail that interview,
These YouTube ads are out of control.
You look good getting there.
Right when I was getting in the mood, I was so almost there. to mental peace. Let's try to get back. So, what do you guys think the implication is? Because generally, rose petals, as far as like a Valentine's Day motif, they're meant to signify like sexy time. But all I'm seeing is, and you're generally on a bed. You generally get the rose petals on the bed. But all there is a couch in a fireplace. Is the implication that they're making love on the rug in front of the fireplace? I think that's the implication, right? I think the on the surface reading is that they're sitting in the couch and they're snuggling up by the fire. Why do you need a blanket if you're by the fire? So like that doesn't quite check out. It checks out a little bit more if they're rolling around on the rug in front of the fire making love. And then in like a fit of passion, they discard the blanket and it lands haphazardly over the couch. It seems dangerous though, like there's not even that much space on the rug. Maybe that's why it's so sexy, because it feels so dangerous. So I'm losing viewers. Cozy Cottage is holding strong. Cozy Cottage is just fucking locked in at 243. I need to join this community. I need to write a comment that endears myself to this community. Oh shit, I'm under the ship chasing account. That might scare them away. Let me switch accounts. Wow, the second I change accounts, let's get hit with another ad. All right, I need to endear myself to this community. Hi, everyone. Longtime lurker. First time commenter. Love this channel. Love this community. Love what we can all do together. I kind of am curious. I'm going to have to go off the screen for a second. I'm kind of curious what else is in Cozy Cottages. Oh, of course. Dude, this channel absolutely crushes winter ambience Christmas music. Wow. These guys just play the hits. They don't try to reinvent the wheel. Look at this. You name a season, they have it covered. That's pretty spooky. That's pretty spooky. Cozy Cottage. Hello there. I'm Alex, and welcome to Cozy Cottage. Our journey began with a straightforward yet powerful vision to craft a haven where you can find solace, tranquility, and a respite from the demands of daily life. We aspire to be your haven of relaxation where soft melodies and harmonies act as gentle guides, ushering you into a realm of serenity. It's here that the worries of the world fade away, making room for the rejuvenating embrace of a tranquil sleep. By subscribing and showing your appreciation through likes, you play a pivotal role in nurturing our ability to create new compositions. As we continue on this harmonious journey together, your support propels us to craft more music that aids in your unwinding sleep and overall well-being. Thank you for joining us on this voyage to find Cozy Cottage. May your moments here be as charming and restful as the melodies we share. I love this community. Look at it, and they are just so massively successful. Wow, but look, there's a lesson in this. They are in this for the love of the game. Sometimes they drop videos that fail. Look at this. 13 days ago, winter ambiance, instrumental music, soothing music for sleep.
Winter on its way out.
Wow. Look at this. They're just like us. Sometimes you have a video that hits. Sometimes you have a video that flops. That's incredible. And you can tell where their butter gets made. It's Christmas. That's when people are searching for these kind of things. 120,000 views, 49,000 views, 20,000 views. And then a holiday leaves. They try to do a cherry blossom themed one. Cherry blossom dreams, relaxing piano music for a peaceful spring day under the blooming trees. No one's searching for that. This video only has 663 views. And it's gorgeous. 79,000 subscribers. Let's see if anyone replied to my comment. Oh, baby. Wait, did I lose the live chat? Why am I not seeing the old chat? I think Mr. Harsh, the mod, just hit me with a dab, though. All right. I forgot. I got to see who won the Guillotine League. Sorry for the hard pivot. I just realized I only have a few more minutes, and I got to see who won the Guillotine League. All right. Okay. Let's see. League name. Let's go to the live scoring here. Okay. So, our winners, Lukas H. and the Gold Man. So, for people who don't know, I said whoever won the Deposit Kingdom Playoff Guillotine Contest could choose between one of two rewards. Come on an After Dark show with me. Do whatever. Talk NASCAR. Watch ambient music streams. Or they could get an hour private call with me. So we had two winners. If you're watching this and you're Robert G or Lukas H, contact me. Because you guys both won, it's just 30 minutes each. The total prize pool was 1 hour. The total prize pool was 1 hour. There's a chop. Ask CopperPrices how a chop works. You each get 30 minutes. You each get 30 minutes. Here we go. Lukas, you get to reach out. So Lukas had Mahomes, Barkley, Devontae Smith, Xavier Worthy, and AJ Brown there, and Travis Kelce. No one had a full lineup to fill out. Obviously, you're going to need Xavier Worthy to win. Goldman had the same team. GTO squads here. And then what was the second place team? I don't end up winning by having a chop here. That's not true. I'm still giving up the exact same amount of my time. 1 hour. 1 hour. It's all the same to me. It's all the same to me. If 10 people won, it's just 6 minutes each. But yes, Robert G, contact me. Lukas, contact me, and we can figure out how to cash in your award. Let me see how I did in my my championship. Or not my championship, my Guillotine. I think I took this one down. Nope, I didn't. I got smoked in the finals. I got smoked. This was the version, the Guillotine was the one where it was a private league with 6 people, and then each one of the rounds, someone got eliminated. And I got absolutely smoked by Mark. He had Hurts, Barkley, Gainwell, Worthy, Brown, Hopkins, Kelce, Gray. Touche. Tip of the cap, Mark. Tip of the cap. I I will say, pretty excited to do more with Guillotine next year. Had a lot of fun playing in these contests, both the regular season and the playoff versions. And I should also say, and I don't even know how much I'm allowed to say, but I'm just going to say it, was talking with some of the Fantasy Life people, and there's going to be some big, they're investing basically in some pretty sweet best ball tools that I got to see a preview in, and those will be coming this spring. So yeah, I'm excited for you guys to see that as well. Fantasy Life had the best ball hub in previous years. It just didn't have much development in the past year or two. So it kind of fell behind, I think, from the feature perspective, but they're now building out some really cool stuff that I think you guys will be interested in. And so once I have more details on that, I will be sure to let you guys know. All right. That is going to be it for me today. Like I said, go watch ADP Chasing here, which is going to go live in about 4 minutes. Davis, Mike Shope, and Pat Crane talking about the Super Bowl, talking about some ADP movement. My schedule for this week: tomorrow, Swolecast at noon Eastern. Going to be fun. Always is fun. Wednesday, we'll have that special Often on the Clock. That will be a Dawg Bowl slate. So if you guys want to get in those streets, try to get a crack at going to San Diego, that will be the show for you. Thursday, we're going to have Lowell's Ship My Money is going to be on. I believe no ship chasing this week. I was talking to Pat, and I believe he has his parents in town. So no ship chasing this week. And then I will be scheduling an After Dark on sometime this weekend, either Friday or Saturday night. And I have a guest in mind that I want to reach out to that I've been looking forward to talking to for a long time. So if you guys are YouTube members, you'll have access to that. Otherwise, have a great rest of your week. Go watch ADP Chasing. Come join us in the Discord. Go support Cozy Cottage, one of the best YouTube channels out there. And we'll see you guys next week. A week from today, Best Ball Breakfast makes its 2025 return. I will be entering those big board streets. Peace.